A Mother's Life. Author, Agamora, Crossdress Small World, Bonus 1, The Interview. Note, this story takes place before the events from Part 2 of the main storyline. As you all know, I am Taft, a man who is living a mother's life after my wife had an unfortunate accident. It has been 1 year since then. Before this series of events, I was working as a mechanic in a large mechanical workshop, so my salary was relatively high. Because I don't spend too much, in addition to the fees I have to pay periodically, I also save a decent amount of money. By the time I stepped onto the path to becoming a mother, I knew I couldn't continue to do this job. I want to live a completely new life, completely abandoning my old male identity, so of course, I am not foolish to continue working in such a place full of acquaintances. I also want to quit my job as a mechanic completely because this is a relatively heavy job, which will easily affect the appearance of a woman I aim for. Since I work away from home and no one in the workshop knows where I live, it is not difficult to completely quit my job and my old place of work. During that time, I lived and raised my daughter on my savings. But no matter how rich my savings are, it's not forever. So, I always think about the long-term future. I spent some money to take a short accounting class. At first, I thought it would be difficult for me to change careers. But after that, I felt like this accounting profession was born for me. Therefore, when I completed the short course, I was granted a certificate of excellence by the center, and a job recommendation letter from the center at a well-known auditing company in the city. But whatever happens, in this day and age, a degree and recommendation are just a tool to help you get through the starting phase more easily. Everything else is up to you. Thanks to the degree and the recommendation letter from the center, although I was not directly accepted to the job, I was still given special privileges. Skip the step of receiving CV and going directly to the interview round. From here, whether or not to be accepted to the job is determined by my soft skills. The night before the interview, I was quite nervous. I was even more nervous when I graduated from university and started working as a factory mechanic. In the past, I was just worried because I didn't know if my ability could meet the requirements of the workplace. But now, in addition to worrying about the ability, I am very worried whether they will accept a man-dressed woman's outfit like me. You know, since I'm not yet counted as transgender, on my profile and ID card, I'm still male. I also don't have a relationship that can help me forge documents. Luckily I made it straight to the interview round, otherwise I think I would have been eliminated from the beginning. Thoughts wandered until around midnight, I finally fell into a deep sleep. I woke up just before dawn. I have a habit of waking up early before every important occasion to prepare everything carefully and thoughtfully. After brushing my teeth and washing my face, I took a bath in the tub. I mixed warm water with the rose so that the fragrance from it could permeate my skin. After getting out of the bathroom, I walked over to the dressing table. In the past 1 year, I have studied makeup quite hard. Up to now, although I can't fully master it yet, at least, my face is more similar to a woman's than in the early days of conversion. Because the working environment is an office, I decided to choose a gentle makeup style, but still emphasize some points such as eye contour and lips. I chose a red lip gloss, which adds smoothness to the lips. Brushing my hair back, I tied it back. Checking that everything was fine, I stood up and took off my clothes. Last night, I chose a perfunctory lingerie set, so I have to change it up today if I want everything to be perfect. Opening my wife's underwear drawer, I hesitated for a moment before choosing a black lingerie set. I also don't understand why at that time, I decided to choose black tones for lingerie. My wife has a pretty good fashion sense, so most clothes, even if it's just undergarments like lingerie, have very special designs. This is a lingerie set in all black. Bra is in the form of breast augmentation, thick foam. The outside and the bottom of the bra are decorated with floral embroidery. The panties is made of quite thin mesh elastic, around which is embroidered with lace to create a unique look. Must admit the lift of the bra is quite perfect. It is enough to turn a man with flat chest like me into full breasts. The panties hugged my bottom perfectly. Before I put on my lingerie, I shaved all my hair and took good care of my skin. So when I put it on, my body became extremely sexy. I stood in front of the mirror and rotated my body a few times to see my whole body in lingerie set. Next, I chose a long sleeve white shirt with a large bow at the collar, which is quite eye-catching. It's a very hot summer right now, so I roll up my sleeves up to my elbows. Rolling up sleeves is also a fashion style, so I'm completely confident this won't offend the employer. At that time, I still had no experience in coordinating clothes, so I chose the first skirt I saw. This is a black fishtail skirt, almost knee length. Although this is my first time wearing a business outfit, it doesn't look too bad. As for shoes, I wear a pair of leather-colored heels. Everything was in place when I heard the doorbell downstairs. I answered lightly and then went downstairs to open the door to receive guests. Standing in front of the house was a girl about 16 years old. I asked, "Hi, how can I help you?" The girl politely nodded to me and replied, "Yes, hello, I came here from child care service on time." It is true that I called the child care service company last night to find a babysitter while I was at work because my daughter was still too young, but I did not expect that the person sent by the company was a damsel. She looks like a high school student. Oh right, yesterday I called your company. But I don't think the one who came was a young girl. I told the girl. Yes, my school is on summer break, so I would like to work for a short time. The girl answered my question. Okay, come in. I opened the door to invite her into the house. I introduced her through my daughter, some places to store things in the house, as well as things to keep in mind. Then I said, "Okay, thank you for coming to my aid. I have to go to the company for a job interview right now, so see you later." The girl replied, "Yes, bye, I wish you to be accepted into that company." Thank you. Bye. I say goodbye to the girl. I wasn't too worried about giving my daughter to her. Her attitude is very good, extremely caring, so I believe she can take care of my daughter perfectly. Currently, I am standing in front of the company's big lobby, preparing for the interview round. I'm glad that since I met the babysitter until now, I have interacted with many people, but no one has recognized me as a man. Around me right now, there are a lot of people preparing for interviews like me. Honestly, I'm a bit less confident because of the same ability. Maybe the company will choose younger, better looking girls. After a while, it was finally my turn. I entered the room under the guidance of an employee in the company. I was asked to sit down on a chair. In front of me were two members of the recruiter team, one male and one female. Although the cooling system in the company is very good, in the hot summer weather, plus my anxiety, it made me sweat. The white shirt at this time accidentally revealed the black bra inside. With the knowledge I have gained, I easily answered expertly the professional questions asked by the recruiter team. I also excelled at personal questions using soft skills. But the most worrying part for me has finally come. At this point, the female recruiter flipped through my resume. She widened her eyes in surprise after reading through the excerpted resume. Then, she asked me, "Your professional knowledge and ability to behave are very good. I am sure that if accepted, you will be an excellent employee in the company within the next 1 year. But I have a compelling question to ask." She paused for a moment that made my heart skip a beat. She continued, "On your resume, the gender section says male. Is this a mistake, or what?" I honestly narrated the whole process and reasons since I became a mother in front of 2 recruiters. After listening, she smiled. "It's been hard for you. Now I understand why you did it. You can relax. You will work in a specific department, where no one will know you are a man, unless you will reveal it. But I believe with your amazing looks, it's completely simple." I was very happy when I heard her words. From the fact that she still did not change her address, it shows that she accepted me. "I fully agree to employ you in our company. But that's just my own opinion. We need more approval from Mr. Louis, the deputy director of the division sitting next to me. How do you think, Mr. Louis?" She continued to speak. Mr. Louis made a serious face for a while, then smiled and replied, "I just pretending to have some atmosphere, but nothing to be nervous about. Hello Miss Taft, congratulations on joining our company. I have no reason to refuse such a beautiful lady." I stood up and thanked the 2 recruiters profusely. Unexpectedly, I passed and was accepted into the city's big auditing company. The procedure was signed in a flash and I was scheduled to go to work early next week. I politely stood up to say goodbye to the 2 of them and left happily. This is a conversation that took place as soon as I left. Of course, I didn't know this. The recruiting girl turned to Mr. Louis and asked, "As a woman, I sympathize with the plight of a single mother. Not to mention her ability is truly outstanding. But why can a man like you accept her?" Mr. Louis replied, "Ha ha, there's nothing difficult to understand, Director. It was a little hot earlier," revealing the inside of her shirt. "I accidentally, just by accidentally, believe me, I saw and thought, a man can't have such a sexy body, this must be a woman." The female director laughed, "A pervert like you doesn't know how to climb up to the position of deputy director." Deputy Director Louis replied, Come on. Call the next interviewer in." I also did not expect that the black lingerie set that I accidentally chose, along with the air conditioning system and my anxiety, was one of the reasons that helped me get accepted into the company. What a hilarious situation. The end. Today's story would like to stop here. Thank you for watching. Please like and share for people with similar interests to motivate me to develop my channel. Goodbye and see you in another story.